Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, everyone, depending on where you are, the exact time when this presentation is being recorded or being listened to. My name is Chukwudi Nwaogu. I'm making a presentation on the role of agriculture and environmental drivers on soil carbon in Brazil, using remote sensing, GIS, machine learning algorithm, and geostatistical approach. I'm from the Department of Soil Science, College of Agriculture, University of Sao Paulo. Outline of presentation outline: introduction, study, goals, methodology, results, and conclusion. Introduction. Soil organic carbon has been known to have significant impacts or role to play in the human health and well-being, including in food security, climate change resilience, increment in or improvement of soil fertility and biodiversity, as well as other needs of human beings. But this soil organic carbon has been affected by so many drivers, especially agriculture. Agriculture can affect soil organic carbon positively or negatively. Negatively, if the practice of the agriculture is unsustainable, but positively, if integrated agricultural systems such as integrated crop livestock or integrated crop livestock and forestry or some other crop diversification activities or practices are being put in place, it will help to enhance soil organic carbon. Other environmental drivers are land use, elevation, rainfall, normalized difference vegetation index, bare soil index, and the land surface temperature. These all affect soil organic carbon, and they are the drivers of soil organic carbon. Study goal: to determine the spatial variations in soil organic carbon stock and its relationship with land use and environmental drivers in Mato Grosso state in Brazil, which is a very high agricultural frontier state in Brazil. Methodology: this is a study area showing Brazil in South America, one of the largest, in fact, the largest state in South America. And this is the Brazil, the Mato Grosso states, and soil data was collected for 1990 and 2020. And note that Mato Grosso is the third largest state in Brazil and the top agricultural frontier state. 1,000 sample data points were collected, covering soil variables such as organic carbon, biodiversity, texture, and land use, elevation, NDVI, rainfall, and land surface temperature. This research methodology of flowchart was used in data sampling analysis and the processing and production of the results. This is the land use of the area in 2020, showing cropland, pasture, bare soil, or bare land, forest, settlement, or built-up area, shrub, water, and wetlands. As you can see here now, most of the central areas are the cropland areas. In the north, you have the pasture and the forest areas, while most of the times often in the south, you can see now you have more of the wetlands and the water bodies. So this is the elevation, the center areas, This is the elevation. Most of the places where you have the wetlands are where you have the dominant areas for the lower elevation. While the higher elevations are found and in most of the patches you have seen here, the southeast and the southeast and the southwest regions. In the central areas, you have a relatively moderate elevation. Other drivers are NDVI and BSI, land surface temperature and rainfall. As you can see here now, showing the NDVI, yeah, normalized difference vegetation index. And here you have the BSI, bare soil index. And at the C here, the down left hand corner, you have the what's called the land surface temperature. And down here in the left, right side, D, you have the rainfall pattern. So from here now, you can see now that the rainfall pattern, rainfall is higher at the northern part of this Meta Grosso. It's the same thing you can see here now. The land surface temperature is also high within this area. And it's also in this area you have the higher vegetation regions. So you can see here the correlation between rainfall, higher vegetation, and the low surface temperature. Rainfall, higher vegetation, and low surface temperature and the northern part, and in contrast to what you have in the southern regions of this Meta Grosso state. So here now talk about the data, the result on the soil organic carbon stocks. From here now you can see these are the cropland areas, the most at times in the center area. So if you see here now, you see the here has the highest soil organic carbon stocks, almost found in the central areas where you have most of the vegetation and the cropland areas when you compare to what you have in the wetland areas. The wetland areas are relatively very low soil organic carbon stock. So we also try to analyze the soil organic carbon stock versus environmental variables. From here now, you can see here, soil organic carbon stock has a strong correlation with land use, 0.64, and is significant. It also has a very high correlation with elevation, 0.56, also significant. So the other ones are NDVI, not so strong, but still significant. So this is what you have here, the relationship between organic carbon and the other environmental variables. This is the result we have, which explains everything you have here. Conclusion: soil organic carbon has a significant correlation with land use, elevation, rainfall, NDVI, BSI, and the land surface temperature. Conversion of forest or pasture to monocropping, such as soya bean, might decrease soil organic carbon, especially in the surface, the top surface depth of the soil. Agricultural intensification or integrated agricultural system, such as crop diversification, integrated crop livestock, or integrated crop livestock and forestry, conservation agriculture, organic amendments, and cover cropping could lead to larger accumulation of soil organic carbon, especially in the top region of the soil. Application of remote sensing, GIS, machine learning algorithm, and geostatistics for estimating the spatial distribution and dynamics of soil organic carbon stocks as induced by land use and environmental drivers in this study was very effective. The study also concluded that the study could also encourage the stakeholders and government of Brazil and other nations, especially in the developing countries, to make decisions and policies which are geared towards achieving lower carbon agriculture, which will definitely enhance the opportunity, the potential of the soil to absorb more carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, thereby helping to mitigate the impacts of climate change, and at the same time increase soil fertility, which will automatically lead to higher food production and the food security for the densely or rapidly growing population. Thank you. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you for your attention.